When it comes to modifying the Alice pack, there's a lot of stuff you can do, but this is one of those times where restraint would be a virtue. I have done all kind of mods to Alice packs. I have taken the outside pockets off, and it's a lot of work, but if you ever do want to look into that, I have taken the pockets off and then rearranged them so that instead of 1, 2, 3, there was 1, 2, right, butted up next to each other. Like I said, a lot of work, but if I was going to make a mod to the pockets, that's the mod I would make. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave this one pristine. Now, one thing I discovered when I was buying this Alice pack, this is the first camouflage Alice pack I've ever had. I don't know the actual history, but I'm assuming these are the last Alice packs made or the way they're being made currently. But what they do not have that the old Alice pack has is on the inside. On the inside of the pack, there used to be little metal D-rings and some shock cord or paracord. And the purpose of that was so that if you had just a very small amount of gear to put in your pack, especially if you were taking it off the frame, you could run the cord into these D-rings and cinch it up and basically kind of fold the Alice pack up on the inside so that you had a field expedient assault pack. Just a very small pack that you could go into combat or go on the patrol without your frame, just that small pack on your back, and still carry some gear. I think it was a neat thing. I noticed that it's not available. I looked through a lot of these packs, and that's the only kind they had was the camouflage kind that did not have those rings and cords. All right, so what are we going to do to this pack? Well, probably the worst part of this pack, this one that I bought, is this piece right here. It's really worn out, this weatherproofing or whatever it was. But it's not torn, so I'm just going to leave it alone. What I am going to do is change out all the hardware, okay? We're going to change out these doodads here and replace them with Fastex buckles. We're not going to mess with this down here. You know, you still have those snaps. We're going to do that. And then we're going to put Fastex buckles or a generic equivalent right here also. We will not, however, be changing this one out because, frankly, that's just a dang good little pressure button thingamajigger. And I just don't see making anything better than that. I'm just going to leave that one piece of metal in there. Everything else, though, is going to plastic. Now, I have two types here. I have these types that I bought for this purpose, and they are made as replacement buckles. In other words, they will go in, and with a little bit of Leatherman help, they will go in and replace that piece. And that's good there because you got plenty of room, and that's going to be a very easy fix. However, you don't have that kind of room right here. You can see that little space there, I don't know what you call it, that fold, is very small. So what I'm going to do is use these buckles that are just regular old buckles. I took them off of something that was blown. And I'm going to go in either with a knife or maybe a hot knife. And not only am I going to make that cut like you see there, but I'm actually going to thin that out some so that it will fit good inside that piece there. All right, so what we're doing is replacing this metal hardware with these new Fastex buckles. And as I said, they're easy because they're made for that, and the hole is big enough for them. We're going to have to manufacture some of our own. Now, understand, you will destroy the old hardware, and I advise you to get some good wire cutters to do it. The Leatherman wasn't enough, and even that was really having a hard time going through this metal. But you can get it done. So I use this hot knife, and that's just a real cheap hot knife with an X-Acto blade in it, actually, to cut these Fastex buckles so that I can use them as replacement buckles. So with a little bit of finagling, there's all the mods. I didn't have all the right colors, so I went with black on the two over straps, and then I go from a I don't know if that's foliage, but green, black, green. Anyway, that's not what I'm about. I'm more about just getting it modernized. So those are the hardware mods to the pack. Next, we'll put it all together.